Hello, welcome back to Let's Play StarCrawlers, and I did not manage to figure out what the hell was going on with the, what do you call it, the armory door, but here we are. We're going to draw our weapons. Draw your weapons, level them at core left. The man of shadow is our friend, and this is all clever ruse. Oh, that's Corel. Tisk, the man of shadow is our friend. This is all clever ruse. You chose violence. Very well. Give ye a 3 count to drop your gunners. 4. I ventilate Ross's head. Ready? 3. Corvath. Waves frantically. No, don't shoot! Hold fire. Good answer, Buckles. Corvath tilts the blaster as Ross is spring to his feet, dusting off his cape and just his gloves. Bravo, bravo, indeed. You've passed the test. Test? Indeed, I had a wager going with Captain Corvath as to whether you'd attempt rescue or take a bribe and risk my well-being. I'm quite pleased with the result. Allow me to extend an invitation to join Ragnarok. Well, what is Ragnarok? Well, in good time. You've proven that you're worthy, Ragnarok. And I have every intention of answering all your questions. But this facility is compromised, so we don't have time to chat. What happens now? Now, Rasa turns and grabs the sword off Captain Corvath. Oi, me cutter! Stow it, Corvath. I'll buy you a new one. Oi, me cutter! Corel, you take this sword as a just reward and we make good our escape. Thanks. Well deserved. For now, please return to Lucinda and let her know I am unharmed. You should impress upon her that you're joining Ragnarok and that she should too. I know she's leaning our way and we could use her strategic input. And I'm not committing to anything yet. Right. Play it neutral, right. I appreciate the savvy. I'll be in touch soon and we can get to work bringing down the megacorp oligarchy. Opens the door in the back wall, which reveals a tunnel leading into darkness. I'll take you out and past any remaining UFP. You could have escaped at any time. Of course, but I was waiting to meet you. It's that sort of out-of-the-box thinking that keeps Ragnarok ahead of the UFP. Off you run now. Give my regards to Lucinda. Turns to coordinate the pirates and evacuate the hideout. And all we can do is return to Styx. Okay. Bonus. We did not get into... did we get anything that we could sell? Some. Corvath's cutter. Interesting. It's faster, less critical hit, less initiative. Increased threat I would rather not have, so that's good. Okay. Excuse me. Less fire resistance, more chemical resistance, and more health. Okay. Not particular. Oh, that's just nasty. Okay, we're going to sell that. Doesn't look like it's worth anything. Really? No. Accessory. Chipped emerald. Antonio's reserve. Regura heavy armor. Shield of the recruit. Okay. Okay, back. Let's look at the upgrade station. Chance to reduce target nanite. Oh, I was going to replace that anyway, wasn't I? That was a poor move on my part. Okay. Uh-huh. Let's see if I have enough money to upgrade that. Ah, not bad. Okay. I don't have anything for sale. Do I have anything to auction? Nope. Okay. Contact. And I need a favor. Gear, supplies. Let's do this, and then this. Okay, cool. Hang up. That's not what I want. Go. Okay. Go over to here. Shattered glass, an overturned table litter the floor of the saloon. In the middle of it, room in hand, Doc is waging a losing battle against the mess. Said we're closed, Garamit. He looks up, murder in his eyes. Oh, it's you. Come on in, but watch your step. Doc writes a few stools and flops down on one as he lights up a cigar. He gestures to a stool, inviting you to sit. What? Everything all right? Everything's dandy except this Accord and UFP beef has got all the crawlers on sticks at each other's throats and trashing my bar for it. Sighs and drags on his cigar. Reckon I'll be dealing with a shootout before long. Do you need any help cleaning up? Mighty decent of you. While I appreciate the sentiment, you got your own troubles to handle. Let me dial up your client. Ambles to the bar and starts punching instructions into his wired terminal. Doc sets a ringing holovid display in front of you and stomps back to his cleaning. There you go. Don't try to pinch any free drinks while I'm distracted neither. Lucinda appears on screen, looking stoic as usual. Corel, always a pleasure. I received word from Rasa that he escaped UFPs unscathed, but he was rather sparse with the details of your encounter. I trust everything went well. It did. Rasa wanted me to join Ragnarok and suggested you should too. Excuse me. I suspected he had an ulterior motive in requesting your team specifically for the rescue option. Do you intend to work with Ragnarok? I am undecided currently. I see. There are many factors to consider when making such a decision. I too am having to weigh these factors. How so? Rasa is pressuring me to join Ragnarok. He believes I've taken Workers United as far as it can go, and that I might aid the course of bringing down the UFP more directly by working with Ragnarok directly. To further complicate matters, the Accord has reached out. They want me to come forward as their sponsored candidate for president. I'm sorry, I'm not sure why I'm bothering you with all this. What about Workers United? I built this organization from the ground up with a little funding and even less support. I'm quite proud of what we've accomplished, but I fear it will never be more than a nuisance to the FP and corporations. I must choose a new path and follow it or risk being swept to the wayside. Which way are you leaning? I am favoring the Accord. Ross's premise of immediate and effective change is tempting. I have reservations about Ragnarok's methods. Effective as they may be, the Accord is promising democratic election, something that I thought the universe might never see again. Even backed by corporations, their intentions seem genuine. I don't trust the Accord's offer. I am certainly considering the merits. With the finance of Ragnarok behind me and their extensive network, I could do more in one cycle than I would at 100 at Workers United. Perhaps even serve to temper the more violent tendencies of Rasa. At any rate, there's a while yet before I have to decide anything. In the meantime, I would like to continue our investigation of the Stella Marin. Indeed, as you will recall, the combat drones you encountered appear inclined to perform a nanite self-destruct when disabled. This presents a rather large obstacle, and analyzing one to determine its origins and directives. Fortunately, it would seem Horizon's hubris will yet again be their downfall. My agents have informed me that Horizon is constructing devices that will counter a nanite self-destruct. Very timely and task-specific move by Horizon, no? We need to obtain some of these devices as evidence of Horizon's connection to the drone, and so that you may test their efficacy against drones aboard the Stella Marin. Alright, where can we get one of these devices? Horizon is shipping some via land train to a secure UFP command bunker on Raku 5. I believe while the devices are on the land train, they will be vulnerable. Land trains move at incredible speed, almost impossible to intercept, but that's won't be an issue if you are already on board. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? I could use our shipping contacts to have you smuggled aboard. Once the train is in motion, you would locate the devices while my agents jam their communications remotely to prevent an alarm being set. To all exterior observers, the land train would appear to be operating normally. What about once we find the devices? Raku 5 has several bandit and pirate issues. If you have control of the train, you could halt it and your pilot could extract you by air. I would leverage my influence with the local ruffians to stage an attack on the disabled train to misdirect the UFP about our objective. What do you think? I think it sounds fairly devious for someone who's a human rights worker. Sounds solid. Let's do this. Well, I wasn't always so altruistic in my youth. Recent circumstances have motivated me to revisit some skills I had long set aside. What do you think of the plan, though? Sounds solid. Indeed, it's been a while since I've had to plan a land train robbery. I believe it is achievable with your skill set, and some favors recalled on my part. The plan is sound. Send me the mission details, and let's raid a train. Transmitting details now. I will make the necessary arrangements on my end. Please ensure that you're well equipped for such an endeavor. The land train will certainly be well guarded. Good luck, crawlers. The call disconnects. You return the whole of it to dock at the bar. So, high treat, SB train, land train. Might be a good time to mention I get terrible motion sickness. Ha! You punks growing up in 0G always do. Whatever. I'll pop some cure-all and it'll be fine, probably. Hold up. Fellow swang by earlier and left this for you. Hands a scrap of paper with hastily scrawled wire address. What did this fellow look like? Not in the habit of remembering every face that stumbles through my door. Gods, it's all I can do to remember your ugly mug. He had a fancy space cape, though. One of them hooded ones. Excuse me. Like he was a spy in a spy hole of it or some such. That's all I got. Fellow have a name? Shakes his head in amusement. I reckon he does, but I sure as hell didn't ask. Seeing as it's none of my business, I forget how green you are sometimes. I have to call him outside if you're fixing to? I gotta clean up this mess before it opens tonight. Later, Doc. Call clicks and whirs as it connects. Karel, thank you for making contact. I imagine you have many questions about working with Ragnarok, so please, fire away. I do have questions. Where to begin? Ragnarok was formed with a singular purpose, the downfall of the corpse. To date, we are directly responsible for dismantling over a dozen using a variety of methods. All of them result in the same outcome. That corporation no longer officially exists. And what are these what corporations have you brought down? Quitbit Computing, Moloch Enterprises, and more. Most recently, Prime Bank. Prime Bank is still operational. Consider that a spoiler. I could consider clearing any accounts you have with them before we move to the next phase. What's going to happen? Just I can't trust you with that sort of operational information yet. Suffice to say, I wouldn't share that with you if I wasn't certain the wheels were already in motion. Let me ask something else. If you're effective, why hasn't the UFP hunted you down? You're familiar with Workers United, yes? They also have evaded destruction by the UFP, but they survived by being toothless. We are the opposite. We have funding, organization, and talented individuals such as you. The universe is a big place. The UFP can't police it all, despite what they would have you believe. How are you able to accomplish the destruction of a corporation? Corporations are collections of assets controlled by a select few individuals who subjugate employees to increase their wealth. We destroy the assets, eliminate the leaders, and free the subjugated. A corporation is nothing more than a machine to exert control over its employees and consumers. We simply smash the machine from top to bottom. Are you the leader of Ragnarok? No, me gods no. I'm merely a humble messenger. I selected your team for recruitment, but that approval was given echelons above me. Perhaps you'll meet her someday. Oh dear. Where does Ragnarok get its funding? Our glorious leader has deep pockets, deeper than most imagine, and she's not afraid to use them to accomplish our goal. It's worth noting that we also freely claim the credits, assets, and resources of the corporations we are targeting. Hydrate. Return the tools they use to subjugate others against them. So you do know Ragnarok's leader? Yes. I'm not saying anything about her. No, she'll make herself known to you if she feels the situation warrants it. Will Ragnarok fund me? It will, and gladly. But not without quid pro quo. Support us and we will support you. That is the arrangement with all our agents. Let me ask you something else. What are these methods you're alluding to? Oh, I'm not alluding to anything. Merely summarizing. Different methods for different corporations, but let me be clear, nothing is off the table. The corporations would wipe us out if they could. We must extend them the same courtesy. I hope that's not an issue. I'm not one for wanton destruction. You do what must be done. I can accept that. Our destruction is aimed at the corporations, not the hapless wage slaves or innocent civilians that support them. I selected your team specifically because I need effective people who are willing to strike out against corps and get things done. You do not disappoint. Let me ask you something else. I've made up my mind about working with Ragnarok. I'm in. Oops, I skipped past something by double-clicking accidentally. I tapped the line for that very reason. I'd appreciate it if you didn't make any attempt to remove it or alert anyone to its existence. That would put a serious damper on a relationship. It would be safe to assume that I am privy to any pertinent communications you make for security purposes. Now, I will arrange for a package of my own devices to find its way onto the long land train. I need you to insert a device in the ventilation system of each car. Ragnarok will compensate you accordingly if all devices are placed correctly. Simple yes. What are these devices? Tisk, Karel, good soldier doesn't ask questions, especially so early in our relationship. Prove you can reliably execute our plans, and you'll be trusted with more information. Quid pro quo, remember? Okay. More information? Persistent, aren't you? The devices are inert and pose no threat to you. They will, however, make life extremely unpleasant for UFP once the land train arrives at the command bunker. That will have to be sufficient information for you. And how much compensation are we talking about? 500 credits if all the devices are placed correctly. And if I'd like to negotiate that amount, sorry, but you cannot. You've yet to prove you can be relied on. If I ran around handing out credits to everyone who said, I want more, then Ragnarok would be broke, and we'd have a bunch of rich idiots. Not saying you're an idiot, but you do need to earn your stripes first. Okay, I'll plant the devices. Looking forward to hearing of your success. I can't keep you any longer. Final reminder, but before I go, please do keep our conversations private, even from those you suspect are allies. Take care. The call disconnects. Return to the station. Okay. Station urchin brushes past you. Quick check reveals your credit stick and gear seem to be intact, so you turn to the urchin. The urchin is close and moving to make another pass, but you're ready this time. You grab their wrists as they reach you, only to find a small paper scroll is clutched in their hand. The urchin drops the scroll at your feet and vanishes down an alleyway. The scroll is a crude piece of parchment with a print of a serpent devouring its own tail. Underneath is printed the word Ouroboros in large black letters and a smaller symbol you are unfamiliar with. You stuff the scroll in your pack and ponder its meaning. Okay, that's a bit of a thing. Okay. Let's check the job board for work. That is challenging. We need one more level. Okay, what is this? Challenging. Okay. What is this? Locate the security officer and terminate them. Escort a scientist. Huh. What is 308 XP? We're 190. Okay, so this is actually better. Looking for a team to infiltrate a site owned by Astro Hun Technologies and protect a Chimera Biofarm member while they analyze test results on their terminal. The social stage? Huh. It's bounty hunt. Diplomatic team to assist in resolving a labor dispute with a certain security officer who defected to work for the social stage. The employee in question has not been located at a complex owned by the social stage in the Jawat sector. Envelope would like you to discover the employee their severance package. And we're going to do this one. Okay. Boy, eyes are having trouble staying up. Oh, open. There's like, they're itchy. I'll need to analyze test results on one terminal. I'm not sure of the coordinates or what kind of resistance we'll encounter, but that's where you come in. Violence is for the unwashed masses. I prefer not to get involved in any brawling thus. You handle the rough stuff, okay? Ready to go when you are. Let's roll out. Okay, can't do anything with that. Huh. Curious. Money! Money? Okay, get stuff out of the trash. Okay, work harder. We can always get robots to do your job. Fun! Aeon Cube. Common item. Common item. Okay. What? Okay. Why am I pushed up against there? Okay. Whoops. Nurse Ratchet. Okay. Cool. Nice. Nice. Okay. I got up to 100 offers and then I didn't have a proper boss battle. That was kind of annoying. Cool. Radioactive material is expensive. Mishandle radioactive material. Take radioactive material home. Ingest radioactive material. That's a disturbing set of statements. Nerd. Without me, you'd be wandering around lost. Okay. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. It's empty. That's an exit. That's a bot. Okay, 6 fight, and then we're going to end this video. Okay. Commence the buffing. Cool. Cool. Probably should have continued with the combo thing. You missed. How could you miss? Okay. Of course you miss. Cool. Uh-huh. Okay, that takes care of that. Oh, no, there's just one more. Got you. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and save the game. Session, new, whatever. And that'll be it. Talk to you later. Bye.